tonight we're learning more about what prosecutors are potentially looking at before they decide on whether charges will be filed in this week's deadly road rage shooting. It's the one that played out in the streets of Bentonville on Monday.
That's right. Arkansas passed a new stand your ground law in 2021. The law states that people who believe they're in danger do not have to run away before trying to defend themselves. KNWA's Phoebe Kramer spoke with former state senator Bob Ballinger, who sponsored this stand your ground bill. Phoebe.
Doug and Allie, Arkansas's stand your ground law is if you are threatened with violence, you have the right to defend yourself. But Ballinger said it all comes down to the facts taking on these cases.
If you're in a location that you're legally allowed to be engaged in activity that you're legally allowed to be engaged in, and you're threatened with deadly force, you can meet that force with force and defend yourself.
Stand your ground laws let a person use force without trying to retreat first, but only in certain situations. Under Arkansas Code 52607, someone can legally use deadly force if they reasonably believe the other person is committing or about to commit a violent crime, about to seriously hurt or kill someone, putting a life in immediate danger, or about to continue a pattern of domestic violence. Ballinger says the law is reviewed on a case-by-case basis, and certain facts can apply to each situation under the current law.
No matter what, anytime you're prosecuting a case, it always comes down to the facts of the case. And you just hope that a jury of citizens are going to be just and honest in how they apply the law.
Ballinger explains that the facts of each case can help determine if the threat was truly imminent.
So if they say, I'm going to kill you, but you're, a 5 foot tall, 130-pound person, and you don't have any weapons, then okay, well, maybe that's not an imminent threat.
Ballinger also notes that deadly force does not only involve firearms.
So if a person defended themselves with their hands and used deadly force, or a person defended themselves with a chair or a knife or whatever, it's still they have the right to use deadly force in those situations.
Well, Ballinger commented on the case, stating that whether the stand your ground law applies in the Bentonville shooting depends on the mindset of the person in the vehicle. Specifically, it must be determined if the person reasonably believed that they were at risk of being attacked. Live in studio, Phoebe Kramer, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.